Hi, my name is Carrie Valdez, and I wanted to talk today a little bit about stress in kids. I was writing an article yesterday for yourtango.com. It's a relationship website that I write articles about parenting for. The article was supposed to be about stress, so I started writing this article with the intention of talking about mindfulness and deep breathing and that kind of stuff to teach parents how to help their children with stress. Now, I do believe that that's a great thing. Those are really good things to do in order to help children with stress. But as I'm writing, I kept feeling like I was missing something bigger. I've also been hearing from other places like friends and clients and other family about protecting their kids from stress, protecting their kids from the bad things that could happen in life. And I totally understand that. If I could wrap my kids in bubble wrap, I would wrap my kids in bubble wrap. I totally would. People know this about me. They know that I would wrap my kids in bubble wrap. I mean, I feel the same way that you do. We don't ever want our kids to be hurt physically. We don't ever want them to feel sadness. I don't ever want to be embarrassed. I don't want my kids to fail. I mean, these are real, I think, basic things that we all feel as parents. However, there has to be some limits to that, because the goal in their childhood is that we represent the world to them as real as possible, right? This way they are exposed to stress as stress happens. They're exposed to stress pretty regularly. And at a young age, they start to learn with you how to manage the stress, what they're supposed to do when bad things happen, right? So think about what happens in your family, like when tragedy happens in your family and with illness and death and accidents and things like that. What do you do as a family? How do you support each other as a family? This is the same thing. This is them being able to experience and see the world as real as possible, so that then they learn to manage that kind of stress, right? I know a lot of parents who do not expose their kids to a whole lot of anything that could potentially cause them sadness, confusion, or to grow up too early. That is really not the best idea at this point, especially because of technology. Our kids' experience in childhood and adolescence is going to be a lot different than what ours was, mainly because of technology through social media and stuff. They are exposed to things that we were not really exposed to potentially until we got older. So we actually do have to plan on how we're going to manage this exposure. They know stuff, they might not understand it, but how are you going to process this stuff with them? Shutting it off is not the best thing to do. Kids learn real quickly that you don't want to talk about stuff with them, and then they won't come to you, right? I tell parents all the time to think of it as a gift when their kids come to them with any kind of issue or problem, because they usually don't. They usually go to their friends. They'll always go to their friends first, right? I don't want that to happen for you. I want them to come to you. So you have to be as honest with them all the time as you possibly can, within reason, based upon the age of your child. Right? So you don't need to give them too much information. You should answer questions that they ask honestly, but knowing that their age plays a role in this. You don't explain everything about sex to an 8-year-old because an 8-year-old asks you where babies come from, right? You give them the beliefs that you have about, God gives you babies, and when two people love each other, babies can be created, or whatever it is that feels comfortable. But this isn't the time to tell them everything, because then you gave them too much information, right? They don't understand it. They did not want it. I promise you, they did not want that information. But I need parents to see how it's a disservice to your child by not letting them see the world as it actually is. So when tragedy happens in the world, right? shootings, earthquakes, tsunamis, tornadoes. I mean, we've had all these things here recently. This is opportunity for your kids to be experienced in handling that kind of stress. They also need to see you upset about it, right? How sad you are for these people, how horrible this is for them. And then they need to see what you do about it. What do you do about it, right? Sometimes you just cry, and that's really good, right? Being able to express their stress and express sadness and express confusion is a great thing. So how you respond to your own stresses in life is going to help teach them how to respond to their stressors in life. Not to cut them off from ever feeling any kind of stress or pain. I still know lots of parents who don't talk to their kids about anything sad. Those are the kids that I'm going to see in therapy for anxiety and stress. Those are the kids that could leave for college and not manage well. They have to come back home because they can't handle the stress of just every day, right? So, do the breathing. Do your mindfulness stuff. Practice meditation. Sit quietly. Pay attention to your breath. These are all really, really good things to do and to practice with them at a really young age. But allow them to experience stress and the world as it really is so that they start to learn really young how to manage everything that comes to them. Okay, if you have any questions or any comments, please feel free to contact me. You can go to my website at www.parenttalkwithcarrie.com, or you can contact me on Facebook at Parent Talk with Carrie. All right, until next time, thanks.